hot dogs and granola bars.
How exactly do you big game fish solo sailing? Big game fishing. Big game fishing when solo sailing is one of the funniest, craziest things I have ever done. Once the fish is on, I can't slow or back down like on a power vessel, much less steer to adjust for the fish's maneuvers. Everything is in motion, and I don't want to fall overboard. I fish because on the big deep blue, such as the only fresh, healthy food intake available on long passages, I prefer fish over bird meat, my personal preference.
About 30 miles from Oregon. I have no idea what kind of fish this is. Using lures made for Hawaiian waters. Didn't know if they'd work out here, but I guess some kind of fish likes it. Got 80-pound test line on this Ken Nino. Mile of line. If it was a marlin, it would have run. Oh, my freaking line out, probably.
The ocean is too deep to harvest sea veggies out there, 1 to 5 miles deep. On subtropical and tropical waters, there's no kelp or seaweed or anything of the likes afloat. On rare occasion, there's a coconut. It's also the best way to come into a new port or anchorage to share the catch with others.
Yeah, still doing good. Solar panels soaking up the energy. Oh shoots, I got this other line out there. Not a good idea. Only one of me. Gonna be a challenge not to get tangled up. Keep this guy over here.
Is to bring the vessel into the wind into irons. I can't quickly reef in or take a sail down. In irons, the vessel is barely making headway at 1 to 2 knots.
One's either got some good muscles or it's decent size. A little bit harder to bring in than the Ono and Wahoo and Mahi. The South Pacific. Not half as tough as a yellowfin ahi. So I have no idea what is on this thing.
Often I simply use hand lines with bungee cords worked in to absorb the shock of a hookup, tying a few pop cans as an alarm to let me know when there's action.
Stupid me, I left my net and my gaff down below. What was I thinking? This could be tricky, let's see.
On a sailboat, my trolling speed is slower than on a sport fishing boat. Hence, I make most of my lures and adapt other lures. I often use flexible PVC pipe for the head. Its slight bend drilled through with various holes creates great action at speeds as slow as 2 knots. It acts as a jet and popping lure with swooshing, wiggling action up and down and side to side. I've witnessed some crazy fish action. A marlin stabbed a tuna I was fighting, frustrated because it could not swallow my fish. A mako shark surfaced once at the last moment before landing a fish and ate the whole thing in front of me. A marlin once reached up over the bow, gave me stink eye, making a big splash, pissed off after it failed to get the fish I just landed on deck. I fought a trash bag for 1.5 hours, thinking it was a fish.
What do we have here? Let's see. Got a double line leader. Sweet, looks good eating, whatever it is. You can just tell by the colors. I think we'll go net on this one. Shoots. There we go. It's a fighter. Woo! Shoots. Ay, ay, ay. What do we got here? Hey, don't mess my lure up. Beautiful fish. Look at that.
I've seen fish the size of a cow leap 10 feet out of the waves, curl in midair, and spit the hook out. I've watched in shock as 2 reels go off at the same time, and a half mile of line on each is gone in 30 seconds. Then one rod is destroyed while the other reel smokes, too hot to touch, broke now. The average big game fish swims 60 miles per hour. I've watched false killer whales lunge out of the water with fish in their mouth just feet away, streaming down their bodies with a wicked, delightful smile showing off their catch. I've rubbed my eyes, slapped my face, shook my head, then looked again to see stuff only found sketched in the back of books as sea monsters and serpents others have seen out here. There's no end to my fish stories. Oh, and Godspeed your sailing, fishing adventures, mate. What do you do when the wind gets blowing too hard? It just dropped off to about 15, 20 knots.
Net wasn't big enough to get the sucker in. So there he is. He's probably almost 4 feet long. And I've caught some other fish on this trip, but they all fit in the net. This one wouldn't. So I had to use a half net, half hand line. Couldn't gap the sucker.
Another day in paradise. Anyways, that's all for now. Bye.